Okay, Gavlar, you wanted to see something that looked just like this uh, title effect right here. And I believe what you used was something like, actually, you did a call out. And if we go to call outs, we can see this is the effect that you used right here, or that's the one that you had highlighted. So when I told you that I would make you a how-to video, I've done how-to videos like this in the past, and they've taken me days to complete to make the proper script. So instead, I'm just going to demonstrate to you that it can be done. And I can play it, but then I'll also scrub across it. So watch this. Here's your text, and basically that's kind of what it did. Now we can scrub across it here, and we kind of simulate it. And the whole idea for you was about, changing colors and everything like that. So I just chose a bunch of crazy colors. And I didn't spend a lot of time on this little circle here. I just did a little bit of it in the beginning here. But basically, I've created a custom call out right here. I just call it my call out. And it's a compound clip of many compound clips. If you look at the elements, you'll see that you have a square here, which appears, and then you have this line which moves along the bottom, and it gets to the end, and it curls up. Actually, let me spread this out so it's easier to go. So we can see it goes around the corner and it goes up, so forth. Then over here on this side, we have a line here that grows. We can see the line grows. And then finally, not finally, next we have these two dots that scale up, scale down. And then probably the hardest thing for me to do is to create the little dot which goes around and around. I suppose if I spent a couple more hours on it, I could have probably done that. The idea, though, is that you can do this, and I'll show you the insides of this in a second. But if you wanted to use this and reuse it over and over again, one would just go right-click on it and then go up to here where it says Save as Compound Clip Custom. So when we do that, and we're in the media, and we go into Edit Presets, Compound Clips, it is now part of it, and it could be dragged down to the timeline over and over again. And it could be dropped into any new project. I don't think that it's worthwhile doing for a one-time effort, but just to basically, well, I would have to drop the other title down there to show you that, okay, this is the one that you would have to purchase if you're going to use it. I'm not going to purchase it, but I just wanted to show you that what it's made up of is it's made up of layers. And let's get up here. We can see there's a text layer and there's a video layer. And the video layer, if you click on that, you can see that it's the graphics, the white box, the line, and so forth. And that's the part that cannot be changed. You can play a little bit with the opacity of it. You can play a little bit with the blend mode of it. But you can't really change colors of anything. So that was really what the task was. And that's because it's a pre-made video layer. This is just a regular text layer. It only covers the text. So I'm just going to delete that from here. I don't want it on there. So anyway, here is the same thing, only let me just delete that for a second, and let's just get into the discussion of what does this custom layer look like. As I said, it is we're going to double click on it. We can see here that it contains all of these things. Actually, it's here a couple of times, so disregard the fact that they appear twice. But basically, it from like my call out and down to there's all these. And here is where you could change the text, and we could say new text. Okay, and so then we could go ahead, go back to the main timeline. We could play that, and here we get the new text. And we can see that it's now very similar to, you can see the way the letters are dropping down. Let me go back to the media here and grab that other clip I had here. Okay. Let's just see, it begins about here, so let's just cut the front part of it off and move it over, and we'll move it up a little bit just so we can compare. You can see the letters here, they're dropping down and coming. When we play, well, let's start from here. We can see the letters come up from the bottom, and just like that, the letters here come up from the bottom, and so it's basically the same thing. So anyway, how is that done? Okay, the text is just the text. That's where one would go in and change it each time one wanted to use it. If one saves it as a preset, editing preset, compound clip, one can call it down from here every time one wanted to use it. If one wanted to change the colors of these things, of course the text is just the text. You can just change that color. But here are the different components of it. And if we just wanted to change the color of the box, we would go into this compound clip, and we will click on that, and we would go down to, let's see here for a second, probably advanced, because I used these shapes in just a basic text element here. And here's the color of the outline, but also this gotta go all the way to the bottom here. Here's the fill color. If we wanted this to be a cyan color, no, that's a stupid color. Let's change it to a bluish color, and then apply that. We now have a blue color there. We go back to the main timeline, and we now have the same element here with different colors. Likewise, we could change the colors of each one of these other objects if we wanted to. And like I said, if you wanted to change the color of the text, I just for sparkle use the let's see, okay, do apply. We say okay, go back to the timeline. Now we have this text with the reflection, whatever. It's all customizable. And let's get into the graphics. This is the graphics compound clip, contains all the other elements, the box, the line, and so forth, as I said. But if we spread it out, we can see that I used keyframes and I used the mask. So if we went into this one, you cannot put a mask on just an ellipse. And I use, by the way, for some of the graphics, I use the drawing tool. Here is the ellipse. I use that to make the circles. I used the line to make the line that went down here, below there, and up here, as well as the line that connected the dot with the text box. So you cannot add masks to them. So by turning it into a compound clip, let's take a look. Okay, I didn't need it for the ellipse because there I was just, that is the circle going around. I was just using that. But let's just say that we wanted to, for example, let the box, how did we make the box go? Here's the box. We'd go into the box, and we can see here in the box that I had a, let's see here. Nope, I couldn't apply a mask here. So I went up one layer. Let's go back here. Again, graphic. I'm sorry for bouncing around. But here's the box. And I applied a simple mask, which I move around. And as you can see, when we scrub here, let's scrub, we can see that the mask is working by erasing this. So a lot of this magic is just done using a mask. Some of it is using the dual mask, such as the line here. You can see I have two lines, and those two lines basically move when the timeline moves via keyframes. So that's basically it. I'm sorry I'm not going to give you a detailed description of how I put each one of these together. In order to put a decent video together, it would take me days to do that. I only wanted to demonstrate you can change the color, and I changed the colors of everything, and you could actually recreate your own duplicate of some other asset that you see there. But a little bit of training. I'm sorry I'm not giving you the detail that you're asking for. I'm going to put a link in the description here, or now I'll add a link to my note to you, and that will show you another video I made where I do it step by step, recreating another graphic.